Well, good morning, Americans and Patriots. How you doing? Christian brothers and sisters alike. You know, I read something interesting yesterday. I happened to come across my phone. And, oh boy, this gets wacky and wackier. An article about them trying to get Sonia Sotomayor to retire off the Supreme Court. And the rumor is they want to replace her with Kamala Harris. Now, Sonia Sotomayor is 70 and a half years old. Of course, I think she was there with Barack Obama for she's been in the court for about what? I don't know, about at least a dozen years maybe. I'll call it a dozen, 10 to dozen years, whatever. And of course, since Kamala just turned 60, I guess 10 years younger. And of course, they tried this years ago with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They tried to get her retired, and she refused. And of course, she ended up dying right before Trump left office the first time, and boom, we got Amy Coney Barrett, who has been disappointing. She hasn't been horrible, but she's been very disappointing. So you gotta ask yourself, why would they want to replace Sonia Sotomayor now? Is she sick with some deadly disease that we don't know about? I don't know. I've not heard anything. Or the other thing is because Trump has now got the next 4 years in office and the possibility of seeing some justices retire, they don't want him to choose the next justice, which is going to happen anyway. But again, Obama did appoint Sotomayor. And now, with Trump taking office in about, about 72 days to Inauguration Day. And the fact that the Dems have technically they don't have a majority, but they do. Manchin and Menendez went independent, and not Menendez, but Manchin is leaving office. So it's like, then I realized, wait a minute, since she was appointed by Barack Obama, aka Barry Soetoro, Trump has said he's going to release a whole bunch of classified documents. And if they do find out, and this is going to happen, that Barack Obama is not a citizen of this country, that means he was president illegally. Which means everything he did as president is null and void. And that includes the nomination of Sonia Sotomayor. So, why not have her resign, have Biden appoint Kamala Harris, and they can't say, well, Sotomayor is resigned, you can't do nothing about it. But the problem is, any vote where she might have been the deciding vote on in the Supreme Court is also considered null and void. So, those cases may have to be revisited. And they would want that to have revisited with maybe the Harris on the board. But even with Harris, they would still be in the minority. So what are they trying to do? Damage control. The only problem with putting Kamala Harris on the court with the help of Joe Biden is we're going to find out what happened in that 2020 election. And how all of a sudden was it 15 to 17 million people just came out of nowhere and voted. And yet this election, those 15 to 17 million just disappeared. So even if Biden does appoint her and technically get a nomination, if they find that he cheated the election, guess what? He's null and void, and all the policies he might have passed as president is also null and void. So you got one heck of a crap show here going on, and it's just fun to watch the left eat each other right now, whereas the media are eating each other. Kamala blaming Joe blaming Kamala, both Joe and Obama. I mean, both Obama and Kamala blaming Joe. Even though they made everyone else drop out of the race to give Joe their delegates. This is just fun to watch. I gotta say, I am enjoying it big time. But that's just food for thought on what's coming. There's gonna be a lot coming. So I'll have the article down below. Tell his opinion. I definitely want to know. Keep the country in prayer. Keep the country in prayer. Keep Donald Trump and J.D. Vance in prayer. I'm praying against any assassination attempt, but that doesn't mean they won't try. They're getting desperate. The clock is ticking. They couldn't rig the election. They don't have the Senate. They're not going to have the House. And they see everything slipping away. I would still be aware of the false flag. We could still have a November surprise or a December surprise or a J6 surprise. So, God bless you all. We'll talk to you later.